Hello everyone, darts class is back on the oche today. So at the moment we've just had a bit of a setback. Just as we look like we're going to get a chance to go out and do some more match day vlogs and that sort of thing, it looks like the second wave of coronavirus has hit us and everywhere's being locked down again. So while all of that sort of stuff goes back on the shelf, it looks like the majority of us are back to practicing at home. A lot of people are going to want to know how they can improve by playing by themselves at home without another person playing alongside them, unless you're lucky enough to have someone in your little bubble or a family member that plays, and you're probably going to be practicing alone. So I've put together in this video a list of things that you can do from home to improve the quality of your practice and therefore keep your standards improving as well. So today we're going to look at 5 mistakes that are most commonly made when people practice, and they're not necessarily going to harm your game too much, but they're going to stop the improvements happening as quickly as you'd like to see them. So we'll get stuck straight in now and look at number 1 of my list of the most common practice mistakes you might be making. Number 1 is the clothes you wear. So you don't have to go full kit and wear exactly what you're going to wear on a Friday or a Saturday night when you're playing competitive darts, but try and replicate it as closely as you comfortably can. That way your game's going to be more consistent and your body is going to be used to what you're wearing when you're on the oche. The most important factor of this is your shoes. It might not seem much, but if you've got your board up in your spare room or in your kitchen somewhere and you're doing a bit of cooking, or you've got 5 minutes to have a throw, you've got nothing on your feet, going and having a throw, it really is going to affect the weight of your darts and how you throw. Case in point, the shoes that I'm wearing now, they're not very clean. So my shoes here, they add about an extra inch on my height when I'm throwing. Now if you've gone and played darts in a pub and you're not sure whether the board is set up at the right height, you'll know the difference an inch makes.
That's what she said?
No pun intended. If an inch on the treble 20, on a double, on bullseye is off, you're going to know it. You're going to know it straight away. So those 5 minutes that you spend having a throw an inch shorter than you would be in the shoes that you're going to wear on a match day, it can really affect your game. It can really affect the weight of your throw. So if you can, avoid it and wear a set of shoes the same as or similar to the ones that you'll wear when you're playing competitively. And on the same point as that, if you've got a long sleeve shirt on or a big jacket or something like that, you're not going to wear that on the oche. Most people are going to wear a short sleeve shirt. So whether it's a t-shirt or a proper darts shirt, wear something that frees you up a little bit, that's not going to be constricting on your shoulder, your elbows, your wrists, anything like that. Just give yourself as much of a chance to practice in the same sort of clothes that you would be wearing on a match. So number 2 is a really common one I see, and it's people who don't practice with intent. Now you can change this today. It's a really tempting thing to do, whether you've got 5 minutes to practice, half an hour, 2 hours, all day, all week. The key thing with your practice is giving yourself targets and giving yourself specific aims and ways to improve your game and that sort of thing. Now, picking up darts and just throwing at the treble 20 might seem fun, but you're not really doing anything productive. You can do that for 10 or 15 minutes, hit a couple of 180s and think, oh, there you go, very happy. But if you spend that 10 or 15 minutes playing a doubles practice game, playing some 1-2-1, or really specifically working on your scoring, you're going to see the benefits of that when it comes to you playing in matches. If you're picking up and throwing aimlessly, then that relaxed, nonchalant, not caring style of throw will leak into your match play, and it might mean that you start slipping with things. If you are focused in your practice, when it comes to a match day, you're more likely to be focused on the game. Number 3 is having a messy oche. I used to be bad at this and I see this all the time. So quite often on some of the Facebook groups you see people saying, I videoed myself having a throw, can people let me know what they think, what I might be able to change, what I might be able to improve on. The first thing I see in so many of them is the mess in their oche. I'm in a bit of an enclosed space here in my garage, and I used to be the worst at doing this, but it makes such a difference. So if you're throwing over all sorts of crap that you've got lying around, your peripheral vision and your main line of focus is going to be impacted, and it contributes to you being distracted. It's the same as if you've got a dartboard next to the toilet door at the pub and people coming in and coming out. If you've got other things in your peripheral vision, your focus isn't on that board and it isn't on that treble. So if you can, move all the rubbish out of the way of your Rocky. Don't throw over your old summer chairs or your golf clubs or your chest of drawers or whatever might be there. Give yourself that clean throw that you're going to have in the pub or at competition. Replicate that, and then when you get into the pub and you've got that line of focus with no distractions, it's going to be just what you're used to doing at home. Number 4 is one that I really care about, and I believe that this contributed to me having dartitis several years ago, and that is not changing your equipment too often. We're all probably watching this video for the same reason that I used to watch the videos. I used to try and do some research, and it's trying to throw the perfect dart again and again and again. And if you're quite impatient like I was, then you're going to be tempted into chopping and changing your dart setup. Now, I used to be awful for this. I would say, I'm going to try this setup today, this size stems, this shape flight, whatever it might be. And I might throw 2 or 3 good turns. I might have a 60 and then 100. And then I might hit 7. And straight away I'd go, nah, that doesn't work. I mean, I hit 7s all the time playing competition in Super Leagues. It's not an uncommon thing to happen. But my patience was so short because I knew what I could do when I was throwing well, and it should all be tons and ton 40s and ton 80s, that as soon as I had one bad throw, that was it was gone. And I was doing that again and again and again, and I toy around with 3, 4, 5 different setups in one practice, and then it scrambled my brain.
Because he's got the brain scramblies.
I got the brain scramblies, and then I got so confused of what I was throwing, what weight I needed to throw, how hard I needed to throw them to get the best performance out, that I end up not being able to let go of them. And dartitis, and that put me out of the game I love for 3 years. So I would really say to you, if you're practicing at home and you're tempted to change your setup, by all means change it, but stick with it. If you really think, okay, I'm going to try this way is going to work better for me, commit to it and throw for a few weeks with that setup. You'll know pretty soon if it's not working, but give that a couple of days, because the last thing you want to do is just keep chopping and changing, because then every new setup you've got, you're having to start from scratch, and you're never going to just be able to put a new set of flights and new set of stems on your darts and just be able to go out and hit 90, 100 averages. So really be considerate about how often you're changing your equipment and changing your setup, and make sure that when you do make changes, you give them a fair chance and commit to them. And number 5 is a point I always make in my practice, and I think it's a mistake that a lot of people are making. I've talked about it in some previous videos, and it's about leaving your practice on a good score. Mentality has a lot to do with all sports, all games. Darts is no different. If you have a bad practice session and you go back in the house afterwards, or you go back down to the living room, whatever it might be, it can mentally affect you. You can be frustrated. Oh, why did I throw so rubbish today? I was throwing so well yesterday. I was really looking forward to practice. It might make you not want to practice again, or it might make you not believe in your own confidence and ability levels that you have. So this is something that I took from a Michael Van Gerwen interview, and I stand by it. He says, no matter how tempting it is, if you hit a 180 or a 140 and you're getting towards the end of your practice session, you think, oh, I want to carry on, I'm throwing well now. Walk away at that point. If at that point you walk away and you've hit a ton 80, ton 40, a ton, a decent score when you're throwing well, you're going to leave in a good mindset, you're going to leave confident about your own abilities, and most importantly, you're going to leave eager to come back and practice the next day. You're going to be chomping at the bit to get home and get on that board. So there you go, there's 5 quick tips I've given you there of how you might be able to improve your practice at home by eliminating some mistakes you might be making. If you've got any other tips of how people can improve their practice at home and mistakes that you see people making that can be corrected, please leave a comment in the comment section. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe, and we'll see you the next time we put a video up on the darts class.